was a beautiful summer day in the small town of Maplewood, and 10-year-old Jack was excited to spend the day exploring the woods behind his house. He had heard rumors of a hidden treasure deep in the woods, and he was determined to find it. As he made his way through the dense foliage, he suddenly stumbled upon a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood a grand old mansion, covered in vines and surrounded by a high stone wall. Intrigued, Jack approached the mansion and peered through a crack in the wall. Inside, he saw a beautiful garden filled with exotic flowers and a sparkling fountain. But what caught his eye the most was a shiny object glinting in the sunlight. It was a golden necklace with a large emerald pendant hanging from a tree branch. Without hesitation, Jack climbed over the wall and made his way to the necklace. As he reached out to take it, he heard a faint voice calling his name. "Jack, what are you doing here?" Startled, Jack turned to see an old woman standing behind him. She had a kindly face and a warm smile, and she was dressed in a flowing white gown. I am sorry," stammered Jack. "I saw the necklace and I couldn't resist taking a closer look." The old woman chuckled. "It's quite all right, child. The necklace has been in my family for generations, and it is said to bring good luck to those who wear it. But it has been missing for many years, and I fear it may have been stolen. That is why I have placed a spell on it, to keep it safe from harm." "A spell?" asked Jack, his eyes wide with wonder. "Yes, a spell. And now that you have touched the necklace, the spell has been activated. You are now the chosen one to find the missing heirloom and return it to its rightful owner." "Me? But how can I do that?" asked Jack. "The necklace will guide you," said the old woman. "But be warned, the journey will not be easy. There will be obstacles and dangers along the way, and you will need to use your wits and courage to overcome them. Are you up to the task?" Without hesitation, Jack nodded eagerly. "Yes, I am." The old woman smiled and placed the necklace around Jack's neck. "Then go forth, my child, and may the luck of the heirloom be with you." And with that, Jack set off on his quest, the golden necklace glowing softly around his neck. As he made his way through the woods, he encountered all sorts of challenges. There were treacherous ravines to cross, dark caves to explore, and fierce beasts to defeat. But through it all, the necklace guided him, leading him ever closer to his goal. Finally, after many days of travel, Jack arrived at a towering mountain. At its peak stood a massive castle, surrounded by a moat of fire. "This must be it," Jack muttered to himself. The final test. Taking a deep breath, he began the long climb up the mountain. The journey was treacherous, with sharp cliffs and scorching lava pits to navigate. But Jack was determined to reach the top, and he refused to give up. At last, he reached the castle gates. They were guarded by a giant dragon, its eyes glowing with malice. But Jack was not afraid. He drew his sword and faced the beast, using all the skills he had learned on his journey. After a fierce battle, Jack was able to defeat the dragon and enter the castle. Inside, he found a grand hall filled with treasures and riches beyond his wildest dreams. But he had not come for wealth, he had come for the missing heirloom. As he searched the castle, he finally stumbled upon a locked room. Using the skills he had learned on his journey, he was able to pick the lock and enter the room. Inside, he found the missing heirloom, a beautiful golden crown set with diamonds and emeralds. It was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. But as he reached for the crown, he heard a voice behind him. "So, you finally found it," said a dark figure, stepping out of the shadows. It was the thief who had stolen the heirloom all those years ago. Give it back, demanded Jack, brandishing his sword. The thief laughed. I don't think so. This crown is mine, and I won't let some brat like you take it from me. Jack knew he had to act quickly. He summoned all his strength and launched himself at the thief, knocking him to the ground. In the struggle that ensued, Jack was able to grab the crown and make a run for it. As he fled the castle, he heard the thief's angry shouts behind him. But he didn't stop running until he was safely back in the woods, the crown clutched in his hand. Panting and exhausted, Jack collapsed to the ground. But his mission was not yet complete. He still had to return the heirloom to its rightful owner. So, with the necklace guiding him, Jack made his way back to the old woman's mansion. When he arrived, she was waiting for him, a smile on her face. "You did it," she said, her eyes shining with pride. "You retrieved the missing heirloom and returned it to its rightful owner. I am deeply grateful, my child." With a grateful smile, Jack handed over the crown. The old woman took it with a look of joy, tears of happiness glinting in her eyes. "You are a true hero, Jack," she said. "And as a reward, I offer you a choice. You may take any one of these treasures as your own, or you may have a wish granted." Jack thought for a moment, and then made his decision. "I wish that all the riches in this mansion could be used to help the poor and needy," he said. The old woman nodded, a pleased look on her face. "Your wish is my command," she said. And with a wave of her hand, all the treasures in the mansion disappeared, replaced by a warm glow of light. As Jack left the mansion, he felt a sense of pride and accomplishment like he had never felt before. He had completed his quest, and he had made a difference in the world. And as he walked home through the woods, the golden necklace glowing softly around his neck, he knew that he would always treasure the memories of his adventure.